Man, I can't believe I'm making a video about this, but I really feel like I have to share my experience to let my anger out on the MTA. God, the MTA sucks. MTA genuinely sucks. As I was paying the fare to enter in the train station, when I went through the turnstile, I noticed that the 7 Express was about to leave. So I ran in a hurry to the first train car on the train, and it was filled with passengers. Now, obviously, I don't want to be staying the whole ride. My feet were aching. I wanted to have a seat. So, naturally, what I always do, and always do, I guess I'm ratting myself out. I went through the car doors. You know how when you enter in one car and you want to go to a next car, you go through those two sliding doors you have to go through to enter in the next car. So I went through one car, everyone was sitting down, and I went to a next car. I went to this two sliding doors once again, and I found there was a couple of empty seats for me to sit on. So I was like, hey, perfect. I took a seat. Little did I know, there was two NYPD cops at the end of the car, and they were watching me go through two train cars as the train was moving. Now, I wasn't aware that there were cops in the train, but I also didn't think, like, was I doing anything? I didn't think I was doing anything wrong when I was going through the two train cars. But once I sat down on my seat, the two cops approached me, and I noticed as they were approaching me, they turned on their body cameras, and in my head, I'm like, no way, they can't be here for me. This doesn't make any sense. I didn't do anything wrong. But then they started speaking to me, saying, sir, do you realize what you have done? I go like, no, officer, I'm not aware of what's going on. She goes like, you just went through two cars. You know that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. It's only for emergencies. I go like, oh, well, I see everyone else goes in and out whenever they want. I see it almost every day when I'm on the train. Because like, nope, sir, we saw it with our eyes. We gotta write you up a ticket. By the way, I was sitting down the whole time. I was talking with the NYPD. But once the NYPD asked for my ID, I started steaming when I gave him my ID. I was so mad. I was so unbelievably upset. I was mad like Shrek when everyone's in my swamp and I'm trying to get them out of my swamp. But anyways, then they were asking me like, oh, where you going? Where you heading in such a hurry? Yada. And I was just like, what are these stupid freaking questions? Just give me my ticket and let me go. Look, I definitely did something wrong, of course. I'm not allowed to go through the sliding doors in case there's an emergency or if the MTA crew member tells me to do so. But I really don't think the ticket really fits the crime. It's just, I think that's just a bit excessive. But once the cop finished writing up my ticket and stopped asking me a bunch of ridiculous questions, I looked at the ticket and I saw that they put down $75. They decided to charge me $75 just for going through two cars on the train. That is absolutely insane. That is even more than a parking ticket. I couldn't believe it. It's just like, come on, are you serious? You couldn't have given me like a slap on the wrist or at least just let me know for next time? That's just ridiculous. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna let a bunch of cops just give me a ticket and they can walk away. No. So, the next thing I did, I put one police in a chokehold with my right, another on my left, and I choke them out at the same time. They both pass out, sound asleep. I pickpocketed them. I only took the cash just so I could pay for the ticket, and I walked away. Simple as that. Problem solved. Okay, that was total phony baloney. But what I actually did was I respectfully took the ticket. I decided to take the L. I got the ticket, and I decided to just look the other way to not pay attention to the cops anymore. They stayed on the train for like 2 or 3 more stops, and then I just noticed that they left on the platform to go chase somebody else for doing some other petty crime. Yeah, but this goes back to my point. The MTA really sucks. I'm just really upset about this certain situation because I never jumped the turnstile, and I always pay for the fare, and I ride the train just like everyone else. But I didn't realize I was doing something wrong, going through those sliding doors to go to the next car. But I always see some other people do it too as well. So I kind of, in my head, I was like, oh, this is just a normal thing, and I kind of got used to it. But yeah, I guess I didn't get the memo. But yeah, that's my little rant about the MTA.